because, Gina, the greatest fear that Westerners have, and by West I mean white people, people of European descent, white supremacists in the United States, the greatest fear is that Black people come together. That is their absolute greatest fear.
And that's exactly, I agree with you 100%.
Yeah.
Those of us that want,
for instance, with that whole conflict, to be defenseless, can we help them defend each other?
And that's maybe themselves. Big conversation. Those of us that want to truly make a difference on the continent, on the overall continent, is there something we can do as far as a diasporan voice? Is there a way that we could connect? And should we have a voice and be able to make some, have some effect when things happen on the continent, where we're not just, looking out for our tribes. Some people, they like Kenya, they like this, they like Uganda, they don't like this. No, we have to represent all countries.
Right.
And there's got to be something that needs to be done. Right now, people are losing their lives.
Yes. So is that Africans and the African diaspora, either the recent, people who are leaving the continent and coming to different areas of the world, or those of us who have been for hundreds of years in other parts of the world, that we break down these barriers, is like what we're doing right now, and we come together to understand each other and work together. That is their biggest fear. So yeah, somebody else said somewhere else about people getting why all of a sudden now you've got this free trade.
Yeah. And your people, the first thing they tell you is what? If you came to the United States, or if you came somewhere where there's Black people that are, let's say, from the diaspora, from descendants of slaves, the first thing they tell you is they're not like us.
Oh, okay.
They're different. Be leery, be careful. These people, they're very criminal element type of people. Well, I'm gonna tell you something. That was bred into us. It wasn't something that we just came up with ourselves. And it's not something that you came up with yourselves either. It was bred into you based on the education, based on television, based on radio, based on what they put out there about us. There was some issues spewing there, and the elder was wise enough to say, I don't think it's them, I don't think it's us, I think we're being maneuvered.
Not enough. This is what is left of the Dogon village of Sabanada, where 100 of Dogon villagers were killed in another massacre, an apparent revenge attack. Although no one claimed responsibility for this, an Al-Qaeda affiliate, Jamaat Nusrat al-Islam wal Muslimin, has called on Fulanis to rise up against the militias and the state. Mahmoud Diko is a Fulani and a powerful leader of the High Islamic Council. The Dogons accuse the Fulanis for being behind the attacks. The Fulanis accuse the Dogons behind the other attacks. Now, these two communities have lived side by side for centuries. How do you explain this mistrust?
Visible lorsqu'ils sont en train de... Il y a un plan bizarre qu'il y ait un problème entre les Peuls et les Dogons au Mali, entre les Peuls et les autres au Burkina, entre les Peuls et les autres au Niger, entre les Peuls, c'est toujours les Peuls et les autres. Il y a quelque chose qui ne va pas. Et pourquoi maintenant? Moi je dis de nous laisser les Sahéliens entre nous, nous sommes des frères, nous avons vécu ensemble pendant des millénaires, nous avons un mécanisme pour régler les choses entre nous. Si on nous laisse, nous-mêmes, nous allons trouver une solution à ce problème.
So I'm sorry, I covered the first part and I didn't realize it was covered. Basically what he said is that you don't believe that it's one either, you know, I believe he was on one side of it, the Dogon, I believe, and the other, he said it's always, he said, you know, I don't believe it's that. I believe that it's it could be, you know, it's always this tribe of this tribe, this tribe. He said, I truly believe it's being orchestrated. He said, we've lived together for millennia and we've always figured out a way to work out our disputes. They should just leave us alone so we could fix our problems.
So what I'm going to try and do is just give you...
Yes, that's the one. That's what I'm trying to say. Yes.
A couple of tables just to paint a little bit of a picture that you already know. Okay, so what this presentation is fundamentally designed to say is this. Africa historically, sub-Saharan Africa, has been fundamental to the global prosperity of the advanced countries. Okay? And Africa had a role to play. It has a role as a raw material producer. We will not allow sub-Saharan Africa to escape that. Okay, we do everything to keep sub-Saharan Africa where it is, also impoverished. It's absolutely vital for the prosperity of everyone else. So let's get clear about that. Okay, and this means all the economic structures, all the global institutions, and the economics we teach everyone is all designed to keep Africa exactly where it is.
Thank you. That's what I'm about to say.
The man that gave us some insight on why they do what they do and how they do it. One thing I would like to say to you all is this: we are one. It's important that we understand that we are one.
Uganda, and why are Uganda important to the U.S. military? Precisely because we can have them do things in Africa that we don't wish to do for ourselves. We can have their soldiers die if need be. We can have them deploy places if need be. And so having proxies, having allies, having clients who are willing to do your bidding becomes very important.
DNA test and put Fulani, and you'll be surprised of what's in their admixture. Because one thing I can tell you is that they do have an admixture, but so does some Igbos and so does some Yorubas. As a matter of fact, everyone that I've seen, every continental African that I've seen, I've only seen one that was 100% Nigerian. And I've seen at least 30. Every one of them had other regions, other countries in their DNA. What does that say?
Also, I'm into ancient maps, and according to some of the ancient maps, there was water in places that there's not water now in Africa, so it was a lot changed, and people moved around because of these different earth changes that had happened in the past. And we've just forgotten, people have forgotten where they come from, they forgot they moved, they forgot they're related to all these other people, and now their brain is just, with this, I'm thinking of, individual thinking of their tribe is better than the next tribe, and it's just not a good plan. It's just not a good way to think. It's divide and conquer.
It's really not only that it's not a good plan, we're losing. If it was working,
Yeah, exactly.
if it was something that was helping us, then I would say, okay, let's continue. But it's one of those things where we don't win that way. And I'm ready to win. I don't know about everybody else. I think the continent is ready.